The El Shaddai was the first South African vessel to be listed in the IUU list based on illegal fishing activities. How did that happen? Welcome to my channel. My name is Mpundi Singadlela. At the time, I was the Director, International Relations in the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment. As a directorate, we only become aware of the possible listing of the El Shaddai on the weekend of the 14th November 2017. And upon learning that, we conducted an inquiry to determine whether the vessel did indeed caught fish in Siofa area, and secondly, whether the department has made any representations to Siofa to prevent the listing of the vessel. And the findings of the inquiry were as follows. First, there was evidence that the vessel El Shaddai indeed conducted fishing activities in Siofa area. Secondly, there was also evidence that the letter was sent and received by the relevant officials on the 6th of October 2020. And in that letter, the department was offered an opportunity to make its own submissions against the listing of the vessel. And for reasons that are not quite clear, there was no submissions that was made to Siofa. And secondly, in view of the fact that the department was not submitting or making any submissions, the representatives of El Shaddai made their own submissions. And in their submissions, they indeed indicated that the fishing activities did took place as alleged, but they were raising a defense that they sought and were granted authorization by the relevant director in the department to conduct the fishing activities as they did. And this submission that they made, they copied the relevant director. And what was striking was the fact that in view of this serious allegation, the relevant official did not lift a finger in rebutting the claim or sought assistance from perhaps us or any other section within the branch to make necessary submissions to prevent the embarrassment. It's mind-boggling. I mean, why was that not done? However, we then presented this report 2 times to the senior management to allow colleagues opportunity to deal with these allegations or present any information that would rebut the allegation. But unfortunately, we received nothing. And eventually, the final report was loaded into the electronic documentary system of the department for the attention of the DG through the DDG. Unfortunately, the DDG decided to hold the submission and eventually instructed me that I should archive the report because it was not necessary to be sent, as the minister was already briefed of this. Of course, to me, that was not an acceptable way of dealing with it, because I remain of the view that a report of that nature was supposed to be transmitted to the DG, not only to let her know, but to ensure that there's a record in respect of what has happened and how did it happen, as the matter might arise even years after that. However, the DDG insisted that there was no need to send it. And being dissatisfied of that conclusion, then I decided to send it through email to the DG. And the DG seemed to be of the same view as well, that it was not necessary. So what then happened, which was unbeknown to me at the time, was that the DDG has since sent a letter to CIOFA. There were 2 things that were of serious concern to me in that letter. First, the letter claimed that the relevant officials were not aware of the letter that was sent by CIOFA up until the 22nd of December 2020. Obviously, that was not true, as there was clear evidence that the communication was received on the 6th of October 2020. And the second claim was that the representative of the vessel El Shaddai has admitted having fished illegally. Technically, that could be true, but it failed to reveal the defense that they were making, to the effect that they were authorized to fish in CIOFA area, which then follows that having received that authorization, then their fishing activities was not necessarily illegal. Or at the least, those who have authorized the fishing ought to have take some action to defend the actions of El Shaddai, as they were actions that were state-sponsored or authorized by the department. And the member states of CIOFA responded to this letter in a clear manner that was indicating that they were not satisfied with the response, and they demanded that they should be finished with the investigation that has been conducted by the department that reveal these findings. Obviously, I mean, one would have expected that they would not be satisfied with such explanation, given that they've already received submission from El Shaddai with evidence that they receive authorization to conduct the activities that they did. So then, in view of that, the DDG sent a further communication in May, some about the 14th, at which she continued maintaining the position. But at the end of the day, the fishing vessel El Shaddai, its listing was confirmed by CIOFA, and other RFMOs follow suit, and then the vessel was blacklisted from fishing activities anywhere in the world, in line with the Port State Measures Agreement, which South Africa is party to. South African image in the international arena and the workers of El Shaddai who lost their jobs and their livelihood. However, no action was taken against the relevant officials. The matter was swept under the carpet, and all of them got promoted later on. And these are some of the things that get one to ask a question. Why was this allowed to happen? Why was it so important that people's lives should be compromised at the altar of individuals that are employed by the state to serve the very people whose livelihood they put at risk? Subscribe to the channel and share this video. Night all.